We land at Hei Ho Airport in Shan State. It's about an hour to Nyaung Ohak by bus, not trishaw. We see all kinds of vehicles on the road. At Nyaung Ohak, we transfer to longtail boats. Amanda and Sandar show us how to travel in style. After negotiating a long canal, we're in Inle Lake. People living here have developed unique ways to row and fish. It takes about a half an hour to reach our hotel, another Aram Palace. And it's even more of a palace than the hotel in Bagan. After lunch, we're back out on the water. And a chance to do a little wildlife photography. And to see some more of the daily activities of the people who live on the lake. And I really mean living on the lake, in stilt houses. We're visiting in Phaung village. The specialty here is textiles. A fabric made from lotus stems is unique to Inle Lake.
Since 9 o'clock in the morning, till 4:30 in the evening. At least she can produce 50 yards a day. Wow! And then you can touch these very soft fibers.
ICAT is a process where the pattern is dyed on the thread before it's woven. The result is a cloth with the same pattern on both sides. Spinning thread requires a lot of skill, so the most senior women have that job. The result is thread in a rainbow of colors. In the shop, we see the end products. These are men's silk ties, artfully arranged. We're visiting a Burmese Cat Sanctuary. Burmese cats are famous all over the world. The goal here is to breed back the sable color that was the original color of the indigenous palace and temple cats. I'd like to think that the cats enjoyed our visit as much as we did. Did they all want to go home with us, or just escape outside? We stayed longer than expected with the cats, the sun setting on the way back to the Aram Palace. In the morning, we're back in the boats. Inle Lake covers 45 square miles, so we quickly learn that it takes a while to get anywhere. We're headed to Shwe Inn Thein, a group of pagodas. This must be the place. Nyaung Ohak is a group of ancient pagodas in various states of ruin. They're a different style than the ones we've seen in Yangon and Bagan. They have lots of carvings and decorations in addition to the brickwork. Shwe Inn Thein has a shop-filled entrance hall. At the top of the hill are a second group of ancient pagodas. Some have been restored, but most are in ruin. Then at the top, there's this wonderful sight, row after row of gilded spires. Most date to the 17th and 18th century. The earliest one, with an inscription, dates to the 14th century. Legend has it that this stupa was built in the 3rd century BC built by King Ashoka. These stupas have a more modern look to them. The Buddha image in the central pagoda. A temple dog in training. A young monk gives us the Abhaya Mudra, symbolizing peace and no fear. More beautiful textiles on the way to lunch in the bamboo forest. This woman is cooking flatbread in hot river gravel. These women are from the Phaung tribe. They're carrying these bales of straw to their village to sell. We enjoy a nice lunch of Burmese cuisine. These women are from the Kayan Lahwi tribe. Girls start wearing the brass coils as early as age 9. Gradually, the number of coils are increased. The coils don't stretch the neck. Their weight pushes the collarbones down and compresses the rib cage. These Phaung women stopped by to see what all the excitement was about. Then back to the boats for a short trip to the Lo Daw Pauk pagoda. And yet another style of pagoda. Here we learn about mudras, the hand poses with symbolic meanings. The Buddha images so far have been ascetic. These are bejeweled. A quick tour through the streets of Phaung for a glimpse of village life. Even the gardens are floating, held in place with bamboo poles. It's Shan barbecue tonight. Dinner is on knives stuck in a pumpkin. We cook it ourselves over a charcoal brazier in the middle of the table. This morning we're headed to the Yawama market. We start at a handicraft shop with interesting carvings. Then to a real market where the natives buy what they need. Some peppers for dinner, some flowers for an offering, little pancakes for a snack, some pills for a toothache, some tea. How about a cheroot? Or try some of my peanuts. Then back to the handicraft shop. A Kaya woman is weaving. Those neck rings are solid brass and heavy. We're headed to Nyaung Ohak to meet the rest of the group. An opportunity for bird watching on the way. The next stop is Pyay Monastery and the Mirrored Stupa. We're visiting the Mirrored Stupa first. In the early 19th century, the fashion was colored and painted cut glass. You can only imagine how dazzling this place was when it was new, bright, and sparkling. Another interesting feature are the Buddha images arranged in stepped light wells. The Buddhas have been dressed for winter in their niches. Each displays the name of their donor. Many are international. The monastery also dates to the early 19th century. Behind the oval windows, we get a glimpse at monastic life. We find the boy monks hard at work at their studies. At the center is the Buddha image. Through this door is the monk's dormitory. Every monk has a trunk for his personal possessions, otherwise the room is bare. This is where the head monk oversees his charge's education. For something different, we board the bus and head to the hills. A wine tasting and lunch at the Phhaung Winery. We're tasting 2 Sauvignon Blancs, a rosé of Shiraz and Muscat, and a Shiraz Dornfelder blend. The winery was planted in 1998 and the first wine produced in 2004. Back in Nuam Shwe, we're privileged to visit the home of one of our boatmen. We just had lunch, but we have to try some traditional snacks and a very good avocado drink. His wife and her sister are both teachers, and the three of them answered our questions about daily life and their experiences. Then back in our boats for a special event arranged just for us. We head for a rest house in the middle of Inle Lake. At the Phaung Dao U festival in September, there are boat races. By special arrangement, we're seeing this unique event. Tradition dictates that an offering be sent to the pagoda before beginning the race. And now for a demonstration of the unique fishing methods of Inle. Now the races can begin. First the women's race with 20 women in each boat. The orange team from Ang Dalin Gai is the winner. The men have 40 rowers in each boat. And the winner is the blue team from Mai Talk. Maggie and Allison volunteer for an exhibition race. The teams are so enthusiastic about the trophies, you'd think they'd won the Henley Regatta. It's been a fun day. Now back to the Aram Palace for dinner. This last day in Inle, we're visiting the Phe Chaung Monastery. It's famous for its beautiful collection of Buddha images. And for its jumping cats. Several years ago, a monk taught some cats to jump through a hoop, and the monastery became known as the Jumping Cat Monastery. But a senior monk decided that that was abusing the cats and ordered the jumping to stop. So now they just hang out. It's back in the boats. Our next stop is Phaung Da U Pagoda. In the center of the pagoda are 5 gilded objects. They're sandalwood Buddha images dating to the 12th century, which have been covered with layer upon layer of gold leaf for over 800 years. The high point of the festival in September is when the Buddhas make a trip to Nyaung Ohak in this elaborate boat. It's already time for lunch at the Inle Lake restaurant. We're trying traditional Shan cuisine. The tables are unique too. We're going to spend the afternoon exploring a typical village and meeting some people. It's Full Moon Day, a monthly holiday when monks visit other monasteries and people go to market. It's causing quite a traffic jam on the narrow canal to Ali Mayong village. But it's fun to watch the people. Rice is a major crop for the village. The fields are being plowed and planted. Garlic and scallions are also grown here. Women with offering bowls are returning from the pagoda. And there's a monastery next to the pagoda. These little monks were very intently playing with toy guns. There's a nice view of the lake from the monastery. Time to head back. We have some packing to do. There's the monastery and the pagoda we were just at. It's time to leave this beautiful place. We're headed back to Heiho, where our plane is waiting for us.